It's time for the major news on The Bridge 99 FM.
The headlines: Health Ministry to draft sexual and reproductive health policy. Pedro Keys now a protected area. Culture Minister encourages appreciation for freedom. In regional news, OAS to observe St. Kitts and Nevis general elections. And in international news, Al-Qaeda leader killed. In sports, Jackson and Fraser Price to compete at Silesia Diamond League. And Olympic champion Lamont Marcel Jacobs cleared for training. In entertainment, Shensea's single Are You That nominated for MTV Video Music Awards. Bridge Nation, I'm Lafayne Wigan. And now the details. We begin with local news. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton has announced plans to draft a document for sexual and reproductive health policy for Jamaica. Dr. Tufton says the document is in its preliminary stages. He says it will address the risks associated with sexual and reproductive health in the country. Dr. Tufton says the policy will help to encourage safer births. Last year, 30,000 babies were born with a neonatal mortality of 15%, which is above the standard benchmark of between 10 and 12%. State Minister Juliet Cuthbert Flynn will lead the consultations and discussions on the issue in the months to come. And Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the Pedro Keys will be declared a protected area this year. Mr. Holness said the addition of the Pedro Keys as a protected area means 30% of the country's geographical space is under legislative protection within the 60th year of independence. The Black River Morass was declared a protected area in December 2021. The area, said to be rich in biological diversity, forms part of the government's strategy to safeguard the nation's ecological system. In March this year, the Prime Minister also declared Cockpit Country a protected area under the Natural Resources Conservation Act. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport Olivia Grange is imploring Jamaicans not to take freedom for granted as the country on Monday celebrated Emancipation Day and prepares to celebrate 60 years of independence on August 6th. She noted that Jamaicans have a responsibility to their ancestors and future generations to reflect on the legacy handed down by their enslaved ancestors. Ms. Grange said enslaved Africans successfully endured the most horrific system of human trafficking in the history of the world. The ministry hosted the Jamaica 60 Emancipation and Independence Church service under the theme Reigniting a Nation for Greatness with Gratitude, Discipline and Commitment to God. Meanwhile, opposition leader Mark Golding, in his emancipation message, called for an update on the government's initiative to seek reparations from Britain. Mr. Golding noted that in addition to the outstanding claim for reparations, access to land remains an unresolved issue in Jamaica. And in regional news, the Organization of American States, OAS, says it was invited by the government of St. Kitts and Nevis to deploy an electoral observation mission, EOM, to observe the general election in the Twin Island Federation on August 5. The OAS said the mission is headed by former Prime Minister of Jamaica Bruce Golding and comprises 11 experts and observers from 9 different countries of the region. The OAS said the team will work in person and remotely to observe areas such as electoral organization and technology, electoral justice, political finance, and the political participation of women. It is the 4th time the OAS is deploying an EOM in St. Kitts and Nevis. Prime Minister Timothy Harris was forced to call the election after the members of his coalition Team Unity government filed a motion of no confidence against him 2 years after the three-party team was re-elected in the June 8, 2020 general election by winning 9 of the 11 seats in the 15-member parliament. Prime Minister Harris dissolved Parliament on May 10, paving the way for the next general election. And in international news, U.S. President Joe Biden said justice has been served following the death of leader of Al-Qaeda, Ayman al-Zawahiri, who was killed in a drone strike in Afghanistan. He was reportedly killed in a counter-terrorism operation carried out by the CIA in the Afghan capital of Kabul on Sunday. President Biden said the terrorist's leader's death will bring closure to families of the nearly 3,000 victims of the 2001 attacks. President Biden said Zawahiri had carved a trail of murder and violence against American citizens. Mr. Biden said he had given the final approval for the precision strike on the 71-year-old al-Qaeda leader after months of planning. Zawahiri took over al-Qaeda after the death of Osama bin Laden in 2011. He and bin Laden allegedly plotted the 9/11 attacks, and he was one of the U.S.'s most wanted terrorists. Officials said Zawahiri was on the balcony of a safe house when the drone fired 2 missiles at him. Other family members were present, but they were unharmed. It's now time for sports and entertainment news with Vaughn.
Hey Bridge Nation, I am Vaughn Thorpe with your sports and entertainment news 360. National sprint double champion Shericka Jackson and 13 times World Championships medalist Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce are set to compete at the Wonder Diamond League meet in Silesia, Poland on Saturday, August 6. Jackson, who won the half-lap event at the recently concluded World Championships in Eugene, Oregon, became the fastest woman alive over 200 meters when she clocked 21.45 seconds to win the final. She will line up against 400 meters world champion Shaunae Miller-Uibo, who will begin to shift her focus away from the one-lap event. Meanwhile, Fraser-Pryce is scheduled to contest the 100 meters after recently clocking 10.67 seconds to win her 5th world title in the event in Eugene, Oregon. Meanwhile, Italy's Athletics Federation, FIDAL, has announced that Olympic 100 meters champion Lamont Marcel Jacobs, who withdrew from last month's World Championships due to a thigh injury, can return to training. FIDAL stated that Jacobs underwent an MRI scan yesterday, August 1, which showed progress for the athlete's road to recovery. As a result, he's able to resume training, but his participation in the European Championships remains doubtful. And on to entertainment, dancehall singer Shenseea has earned a nomination for the single Are You That at the upcoming MTV Video Music Awards. The Rich Immigrants, Interscope Records artist, is featured in the category Push Performance of the Year. Are You That, which is a collaboration with rapper 21 Savage, is featured on her debut album Alpha, released on March 11. The MTV Push platform was created for fans to get to know up-and-coming artists through candid discussions, revealing stories, and intimate performances. And Spanish prosecutors are seeking 8 years in prison and a €20 million fine for Shakira for alleged tax fraud. The Colombian singer is accused of failing to pay €12 million in taxes between 2012 and 2014. Shakira refused an offer to settle and close the case and instead opted to go to trial. Prosecutors said she lived in Spain between 2012 and 2014 while listing her official residence elsewhere. People who spend more than 6 months in the country are considered residents for tax purposes. And that's sports and entertainment news 360. I am Vaughn Thorpe. Back to you, Lefane.
Thanks, Vaughn. And that was the Bridge 99 FM and Irie Jam Radio News Package. News 360, the facts you need. Catch us at 5 p.m. for another News 360. You can also download the Bridge 99 FM app in the Google Play Store and the Apple Store for all the latest happenings on the Bridge. I'm Lefane Wigan. Have a great day.
And those are the stories making it in Bridge 99 FM's major news package right here on the Bridge 99 FM.